Okay, so today in English we're going to plan a story with recurring language, and your success criteria says I can include a repeated phrase, I can write keywords or short sentences. Let's have a look. So what have we been working on this unit? Have a minute to think about that, then pause the video if you need to. So we've been looking at lots of different things. We have so far had a look at conjunctions, different sentence types, the present progressive tense, and using commas in a list. And we have been doing all this through the story of Traction Man. Hopefully you got that right. So your activity today is to plan your own version of the story. Now we're going to do this in small parts. So if you go back to the class page and you look under the English task, you've got this planning strip. Now you can print this out, or you can just write your ideas straight into your book. That's not a problem. So we're going to start off by looking at a couple of these at a time and filling them in as we go along. Okay? Let's get back to the page we were on. So we were looking at this page. So we're looking at that first blue section and the orange section. It says, repeated phrase, what will be said lots of times in your story? Now in the story of Traction Man, I don't think there is a repeated phrase in this, but you could make one up for your character. So your character might have a catchphrase such as, never fear, your hero is here, or Traction Man to the rescue, which is said lots throughout your story. So it can be anything you like. The orange section is the opening of your story. So where is the story set? Now in the story of Traction Man has lots of different settings, including the bedroom, the sink, the kitchen, the garden and the bath, Granny's house. But where will your story be set? So you need to think of 1, 2, maybe 3 places where your story is going to take place. Who is the main character? Well, in the story of Traction Man is the main character. What name will you give to your main character? Are you going to follow a similar pattern and have a toy, your favourite toy maybe, as your main character? And what are they like? So Traction Man is brave. He's a hero who likes to save the day. You need to describe what your character is going to be like. Now you're going to complete these 2 sections of your plan for your own hero story. Your story can be about any hero you like. Use the story of Traction Man as ideas to help you. And remember, it's a plan, so you don't need to do really lots of detail. Just short, sharp sentences, even maybe 1 or 2 words to help remind you, will be absolutely fine. So you can pause the video and fill in those 2 sections on your planning sheet now. Now let's look at the next 2 sections of our planning. So this kind of weird orangey colour and this pink colour. So this one is the build-up. It says, who is the second character? Well, in the story of Traction Man, Scrubbing Brush is the second character, but who will your second character be? So you need to choose somebody to be in your second character in the story. It says, what are they like? Well, Scrubbing Brush is like a helpful pet dog. What will your second character be like? Maybe you're going to choose a pet as well, or maybe you're going to have a sidekick like Batman has Robin. Okay, it's up to you. You need to pick a second character now and say what they're like. Then it says, how do they meet the main character? So in the story of Traction Man, Traction Man and Scrubbing Brush met when Scrubbing Brush saved Traction Man from the poisonous dishcloth while they were in the sink. But where are your characters going to meet? So is your main character going to be in trouble too and be saved by the second character? You might like to do something like that, just like in the story of Traction Man. So have a think about that and fill in this section. Now the pink section is the problem. It says, what bad thing happens to the characters? Well, lots of bad things happen to the character of Traction Man. I'll go through that bit in a minute, but it also says, where does it happen and how do they feel about it? So in Traction Man, they had a few different scenarios which were bad. When they were in the bath, they met the mysterious toes, but they grabbed Scrubbing Brush. Scrubbing Brush felt worried. Then at Granny's house, Dr. Sock laughs at Traction Man's outfit and makes him feel sad. There's a couple of other bits in there that are bad that happen to Traction Man and to Scrubbing Brush. So you need to think now, what bad things might happen to your characters too? Okay, where will it happen and how will they feel? So complete those 2 sections on your plan now. You can pause the video while you do that and then look at the next section. So this next section, we're looking at the green and the purple. The green is the resolution. So how does that bad thing get better? Does anyone help them, and how do they feel now? So it says here, in the story of Traction Man, when the mysterious toes grab Scrubbing Brush, Traction Man tickles them until they let go of Scrubbing Brush. Okay. At Granny's house, Scrubbing Brush notices the spoons are in danger and helps Traction Man save the spoons, which cheers Traction Man up. So how will you fix the bad problem in your story to make them feel a different way? Now this purple bit is the ending. Is it a happy or a sad ending, and what do they do at the end? So in Traction Man, I felt it was a happy ending because everyone is saved and Traction Man is happy because he's a hero again. And then it ends with them both sunbathing on the blue carpet, but there is a scissor shark heading towards them, and the story says they are ready for anything. So it's a bit of a cliffhanger. It's suggesting that the author might write a second story about Traction Man and Scrubbing Brush and maybe the blue shark. So how are you going to end your story? So now do these 2 parts of your plan. So now that you have filled in your entire plan, I want you to go back over all of it, read it out loud, because that's when you hear the mistakes. You might add in some extra detail, maybe some expanded noun phrases that you might want to use, and check your spelling is okay. Make sure you've got those full stops and capital letters, and make sure you're happy with how your plan is all set out and what's going to happen in your story, because tomorrow you're going to start writing it.